Well, Johnson, we've got a doozy. And as they say in the biz, this case won't solve itself.
Well, thankfully, Summers, they've got experts like us.
Get this case cracked. Take a look.
All right, what am I looking at here?
Well, here are the facts of the case. Around 8:37 in the morning, the alleged perpetrator moved from her dining table in the hotel lobby toward the buffet line, where she stopped for a solid 12 seconds at the alleged victim's table and turned and stared at her, rendering her uncomfortable.
And that's the nature of the assault.
That's right.
Is there any CCTV footage or anything like that?
No, it's a 5-star hotel. The privacy of the guests is of the utmost importance to the hotel management.
So then what we actually have here...
It's a classic she said situation.
Well, surely there were witnesses.
There was, in fact, one extra witness, but it was the mother of the alleged perpetrator who said that, no, in fact, the alleged perpetrator didn't stop at the alleged victim's table, but only paused to bend down to pick up a penny and then proceeded directly to the buffet line.
So then what we actually have...
Is a she said situation.
But wait, it looks like there was... a fourth witness.
What does it say?
The alleged victim's security guard was present at the time, and she said that the alleged perpetrator menacingly approached the alleged victim's table, rendering her uncomfortable on the day of her concert, no less.
What we have is a classic she said situation.
There must be a neutral fifth party involved.
Well, it reminds me, we did admit into evidence the sworn testimony of the hotel security guard. Only problem is, the hotel security guard was in the bathroom the whole time.
Okay, so then can we even count that as a submitted?
Well, it was put into evidence, so we have to count it.
Okay, so then in this case, it's a she said situation.
Well, no. The hotel security guard uses gender-neutral pronouns.
My mistake. So what we actually have is a she said, they said situation. Okay, look, there's no CCTV footage. Surely hotel management must have been on the premises.
That's where things get even crazier. Management says that none of the accounts by the parties are true, that in fact, all of them are making it up for a social media ruse.
What we're actually dealing with is a she said, they said, she said situation.
No. The hotel manager is a man. So we're dealing with a she said, they said, he said situation. So you can see we're up against a brick wall here.
There are too many confounding factors. Well, Summers, when you have this many conflicting reports, the one thing you can always do...
believe the man.
Case closed.
Tune in next week for
Misogynist Detectives, only on TNT. We know drama.
Yeah!